All right. Guys, your boy Dom. I'm back to do a quick review of match week 3. I'm kind of strapped for time. I am doing a live stream, but I'm not actually broadcasting it to anybody. It's a private stream so that I could just focus on running through these matches and getting the review done. Should be a brief review, but I just want to be consistent and get it done. You see what I mean? I don't want to miss any week. I don't want to miss any previews, any predictions, and I don't want to miss any reviews of each and every match week. So, guys, before we even get into this video, do me a favor, man. Do me a favor. Smash the thumbs up button for the effort. Let's get the stream to at least 100 likes. I'm not going to ask for much, but just smash it up. Let's get it to at least 100. So for 2 of these games, I've already done reviews for the Arsenal Brighton game and the Liverpool Manchester United match as well. So I won't be talking too much about those, but I will touch on the games, of course. So let's start out hot out the blocks. Arsenal 1, Brighton 1. I'm not going to remember every single detail from these games, guys, but, just to check the score and, of course, talk about the few things that are relevant in the match. So, Kai Havertz in the 38th minute, he's been really, really good, especially against Brighton. And even though I talk a lot of smack about Kai Havertz in the past, it seems like he's really found his footing at Arsenal Football Club. The real game changer here in this match was the sending off of Declan Rice, second yellow card with for an incident involving Joel Veltman. A lot of people felt that Joel Veltman should have gotten a card too, but Declan Rice knew what he did and he needed to focus a little bit more. He lost it in the moment and he kicked away the ball, and then of course, you got to get a second yellow. You got to get a yellow card for that. You see players get mad, kick away the ball. You get a yellow card for that. You see what I'm saying? And these are the moments that could actually determine the entire season for Arsenal. The little things like this need to stay focused, need to be more clinical in their approach. And João Pedro did equalize in the 58th minute to earn Brighton a well-deserved point. Let's give it up to Fabian Herzler, the new manager. The guy's only 31 years old, and he started the season off really, really well. Unbeaten in August. I know he'll be nominated for Premier League Manager of the Month. I don't know if that was actually put out yet. Let me check the Premier League website to see if they put out the nominees as well. Let me see. I think those should actually go out pretty soon, But if I see anything on that, I'll let you guys know. But I'm gonna recommend him for Manager of the Month for sure. Yeah, I haven't seen anything in terms of Manager of the Month for last month. It's probably out, but I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing it. So big up to Fabian Herzler. As for Arteta and Arsenal, back to the drawing board. The next few fixtures are going to be pretty tough. And I'm going to go as far as to predict that Arsenal will drop more points in either 2 of the next fixtures, both of them, or one of the next 2 fixtures, because they're coming up against Tottenham on the road in a North London derby and against Manchester City. A team that has, given Arsenal a lot of trouble in the past. Even though last season, Arsenal did fare well against City, to be completely honest. But, got to give them credit. Look, this Brighton team, oh, man, they dominated after the red card and they could have won the game. But kudos to Raya. Raya has been good for Arsenal too, man. So, let's see. Let us see. Also for Brighton, listen, man. This guy, Yankuba Mente, what a talent. Karo Mitoma, João Pedro, pardon me, and of course, Simona Dingra, who comes off the bench along with Julio Enciso, Jorginho Rota. Rutter has a lot to work on, but this team is stacked up, man, with a lot of talent. So I think, even though Danny Welbeck is a solid performer, if Brighton could have somebody up there with some speed and a little bit more versatility than Welbeck, I think, they could be even more devastating, man. So yeah. So not much more to add here. I'll I could go on and on and on, but I'm not gonna add anything more here. So as for Brighton, their next game is gonna be against Ipswich Town, and that's a very, very winnable game for Brighton and Hove Albion. For Arsenal, as I say, they play Spurs and City in the next two. They will be hoping that none of their players come back injured from the international break. Guys, I am very, very happy. I'm gonna say this as a opposition fan, a City fan. I'm gonna say I'm very, very pleased that Brighton took 2 points. Well, took a point off Arsenal, and Arsenal dropped 2 points. I'm a happy man, and I know a lot of you guys are happy too. And this could be early signs that Arsenal might not be the team that we gotta really watch this season for the title race, and it could be Liverpool and Manchester City. But I'm not completely writing off Arsenal, but this could be some early signs, guys. Could be some early signs. So, as I said in my prediction video, guys, I did play some bets. I did get this one wrong because I predicted Arsenal to win the game. And I did break somewhat even on my bets, even though I didn't get all my predictions right. I only bet $1 per game, guys. I'm just having some fun. So the next game, Forest versus Wolves, a match I did predict a draw, but I did predict a 0-0 draw. Chris Wood in the 10th minute and Jean Rickner Bellegarde in the 12th minute from distance. That was a really good goal. And Wolves picking up a very important point there, their first points off the season. For Forest, I don't want to go off the top of my head in terms of guessing what they've done, but could see Forest right there. They unbeaten. Draw the first game, won the last one, and draw this one. Very, very solid start to the season for Nuno Espirito Santo and Nottingham Forest, who's made some good signings. Well, I should say solid signings in the transfer window, the summer transfer window. So Forest could expect them to stay up again this season, man. On their return to glory, they've been pretty good. So once again, don't want to drag this out any longer, but I am kind of fearful for Wolves. I think they might go down this season if they don't start picking up some W's. And once again, I'm not going to go deep into these games. So for Forest, their next match, let's get that one, is against Liverpool at Anfield. That's going to be tough. That's just after international break, and that is going to be a tough one, man. So, yeah, good luck. For Wolves, who do they play in their next game? The next one against Newcastle United, Sunday the 15th. Home match. Welcome, Newcastle. Players might be rusty, tired from the international. Well, not rusty, but a little fatigue from the international break. And Wolves could look to pounce on that. So, yeah. 1-1. A good point for both teams, in my opinion. So, we're going to keep it moving, man. Definitely. If you're watching the stream and you enjoying it so far, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. So let's keep it going. Next game, Leicester 1, Aston Villa 2. I think I predicted this one correctly. No, I think I did predict about 3-1, but I got the right prediction in terms of the result. Amadou Onana, who's getting into the habit of scoring goals here and winning games. 28th minute. John Duran, who's I talked about a lot, he's been very, very good for Villa, especially coming off the bench. He's looking to, get the number one starting spot here from Ollie Watkins, who's been really sloppy in front of goal, I have to say. I think he missed another big chance in this match. This is not did I watch this game? Can't even remember, man. I think I did watch the game, but it was like a little patchy. Facundo Buonanate, I think he came off the bench to score in the 73rd minute to give the game a very tense finish here. But big points, big 3 points for Villa. And they will be in the Champions League, of course. And they will start their Champions League campaign, what is 17th, 18th, or 19th? One of those days. We're going to find out, man. So for Unai Emery and his boys, they would start a Champions League campaign against young boys. Ooh, I definitely got to do some Champions League predictions for match day one, though. I got to start analyzing the teams, see who they have, especially the lesser known teams, the teams in part 3 and 4, and actually do some match day one predictions for the Champions League. That'll be fun. But they will host Everton in their next game, and that is definitely winnable for Aston Villa, who start the season off with 2 wins and a loss there. So solid start, if you ask me. Solid start. They did lose to Arsenal. So yeah, a team who they pulled off the league double against last season. So give it up to Villa, man. Give it up to Villa. I like the progression of this team across the last 2 seasons under Unai Emery. As for Leicester City, I do think they will stay up. Though, you know what I mean? Good luck to Steve Cooper. But they would need to, I think they would have to grind out a lot of games to earn, pick up them valuable points. So not going to delve too deep into this game, of course. And not going to talk about any, too many side things, side notes. Because I'm not 100% prepared in terms of giving you guys all these little tidbits and golden nuggets and gems. I'm not. Seriously, I just want to react to the results. Let me react to the results, man. You see what I mean? I know some things had happened, and little nicer things that I could have added, but this is not one of those videos. So for Leicester, they will play Crystal Palace on the road in their next game, and this is a game they will look to pick up some points against a struggling Crystal Palace. So they did pick up a joy in their last game against Chelsea, but they have struggled at the beginning of this season. So, guys, we are going to keep it moving. We're going to keep running through these matches. So, the next game, let's keep it going. Ipswich 1, Fulham 1. I did predict Fulham to win this game, but they didn't. Liam Delap with a screamer in the 15th minute to score Ipswich's first home goal on their return to the Premier League. Adama Traore with somewhat of a tap-in the 32nd minute. He doesn't score a lot, and this should help his confidence a whole lot. This game could have gone any which way, but it ended in a 1-1 draw, and I'm pretty sure Ipswich would feel relieved that they picked up a point, and they could look to add to that and help their cause in staying up. So Kieran McKenna, who brought this team, up from League One and then from the Championship in consecutive seasons, and he'll look to keep them up. If he managed to pull it off, who knows, man? One of them bigger clubs might come calling for Kieran McKenna. Maybe he'll be the next Manchester United manager. Who knows? But still a good point for Fulham. They have a loss, a win, and a draw to open the season. Not a bad August, if you ask me. In the past, Fulham probably would have lost all 3 games. So this is a new look Fulham, and they got to look to build on these successes and these positive results. A draw is also a positive result. So we are going to keep it moving for Ipswich. Their next match is against Brighton on the road. That's going to be a difficult one because we know how good Brighton's been. But Brighton are also a team that could be very inconsistent. They could start very well, and then they could start falling by the wayside and then pick right back up again. So Ipswich could look to capitalize on that. For Fulham, their next game will be against West Ham United, another London derby here, and that will be a home match for Fulham. They will look to make amends and most probably pick up 3 points. So, guys, we are going to keep it moving. If you're still here and you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Let's keep it going, man. I don't want to be too long. I really don't want to be too long-winded. I want to make use of the little free time that I have right now because my son's sleeping, so gotta make use of it. Brentford 3, Southampton 1. Russell Martin and Southampton, man. They're going down, man. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They're going down. They're going right back down. The team, the personnel, they're not ready, man. They're not ready. I'm not even going to get into the names or anything, but just looking across the team sheet, look at this, man. Not going to call no name, but just look at this. That looks like a team that's destined for relegation. And I'm going to just say that. Mistakes after mistakes just led to a lot of these goals in this game. Brian Mbeumo with a 43rd and a 65th minute goal. Johan Wissa in the 69th. These guys have been bearing the goal scoring burden for Brentford for quite a while. Let's say the last season and some. Because Ivan Toney was hardly involved last season after he got banned for betting on games that he's been involved in. And Brian Mbeumo and Johan Wissa, they've stepped up, man, valiantly. So kudos to these guys. I did bet that Brian Mbeumo would score. I think next match, I might actually put some more money on Brian Mbeumo scoring. Brian Mbeumo and Johan Wissa. Out of the dollar I'm going to bet, I probably put about 75 cents on those guys scoring and the rest on the results. But Yokinari Sugawara did score a really good goal to, help Southampton's cause there late. But too late. But I think that's the first goal of the season for Southampton, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check that out. Yeah, first goal of the season in terms of the Premier League season. They did win their EFL Cup match. Let's give them some credit there with Cameron Archer, James Bree, Sam Amia, and Mateus Fernandez scored goals against Cardiff City. So, look, they could look to keep winning games in the Cup if they're going to, not do well in the Premier League. Who do they have in the Cup in the next round? Let's find out. Let's find out, man. So, next round for Southampton, they got Everton. It's a winnable game. And I haven't looked at the third round fixtures yet, though, but I'll leave that for another time. Indeed. We all about business here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go back. And let's go all the way to Brentford. Solid game for Thomas Frank and his boys. I think that's 2 wins out of 3. They did lose to Liverpool. Not a bad start this season. Their next match, West Ham, right? West Ham? No. Oh, I should know this. They played Manchester City, but I didn't know this. I really didn't know. I'm not looking that far ahead, guys. So, pardon me. I'm not looking that far ahead. But they will play Leyton Orient in the third round of the EFL Cup. A very winnable game for Brentford. And then they face Tottenham and West Ham. So, back-to-back London derbies there. And, Brentford play Manchester City next. They're going to lose the game. Is Leyton Orient a London club? Are they? I think, aren't they? I don't know a lot of these smaller teams, though. I don't know. But some of them, yeah, let me see. Yeah, they are a London team. See? So, no, that's back to back. Well, that's three London derbies in a row there for Thomas Frank and his boys. So good luck. But this game against City, that might be an L for sure, man. That might be an L. Oh, man. Right about now, I can't bet against my team when it comes to playing against Brentford and these clubs, man. Even though I think Brentford definitely beat us in the past, but not right about now. I don't think it's going to happen. And that's an early prediction that I'm going to make right there. So, let us keep it moving. Everton 2, Bournemouth 3, man. God damn. Everton, if they continue like this, they're going to get relegated. This is relegation form by both Southampton and Everton in August. But usually, Everton don't be doing that well at the start. I don't think last season they even did well at the start of the season. So, the kind of team that'll grind out results. Let's just look at Everton really quick, right? Let's look at their games. Let's go all the way back. Let's see if we could go back as far as, let's see how far back we could go. Let's go back to last August, right? Last August. Fulham lost. Villa lost. Wolves lost. Lost all their Premier League matches in August. They got a point deduction. Still survived. Still survived. So I don't think the Everton fans should be pressing the panic button right now. I don't think anybody would, should be worried too much. But that last result there, oh man, they had that game in the bag. That would have been perfect for them. You see what I'm saying? After the 2 losses, winning, capping off August on a high, and then building on that in September, October, having a solid point tally up to Christmas and then just cruise for the rest of the year. It don't look like that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. But in September last season, they picked up 1 point here. They picked up 3 against Brentford. They beat Aston Villa in the 3rd round of the EFL Cup. They did lose to Arsenal, but let's look at the positives here. You know what I mean? And they lost to Luton Town, who got relegated. But in October, they beat Bournemouth, team they just, shot the bed against. Lost against Liverpool, defeated West Ham. See that? Did good in the cup there. Draw to Brighton, beat Palace, lost to United. They beat Forest, beat Newcastle, beat Chelsea. You see that? Beat Burnley. They were on a run. You see what I'm saying? They were on a serious run. And then the new year came and they it's a lot of FA Cup games there, but they're picking up a lot of draws there. Draw to Villa, draw to Fulham, draw to Tottenham. I know I'm going on. A lot of draws there, They were like drawing a lot of games, But at the end, they survived. I didn't mean to carry you down that rabbit hole or anything, but I just wanted to just show you guys that Everton should be all right. They should be all right. But this game, they should put this game behind them and not make it actually affect them too much and come hard again after the international break. I think they needed that international break to reset. Michael Keane in the 50th, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the 57th. That would have done a lot of good for his confidence. But Antoine Semenyo, who was really feisty throughout the match, scored in the 87th. Lewis Cook in the 92nd. And Luis Sinisterra with a thumping header in the 96th to snatch a win from the jaws of defeat to give Bournemouth a big win. Big 3 points. I think they also have a poor record in August and they changed their fortunes there with a very good flurry at the end, man. So give it up to Andoni Iraola. I always forget his name. Andoni Iraola. He's done wonders at Bournemouth with Kepa making his Bournemouth debut. Imagine Kepa was the world's most expensive goalkeeper at Chelsea and he ends up playing for Bournemouth. That crazy. Bournemouth are like Bournemouth are the Barcelona of the Premier League. Look at the talent that these guys are freaking attracting, man. Seriously, like look at the talent that they're attracting. Even a Barcelona player. A man who was at Real Madrid in Kepa. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on. Put some respect on Bournemouth. Even Nilsson from Porto. Like, come on. Anyways, man. But this kid, Dango Watora, this guy is solid, man. Is he Ivorian, I think, right? Yeah, I think he's Ivorian. This guy has a lot of talent, man. No, Burkina Faso. Sorry to all the Burkina Bay people watching this, if there's any, but yeah. So, guys, not to be too long-winded, man. Big win for Bournemouth. Everton, they be kicking themselves. Sloppy there. Sloppy. Can't drop points like that, man. At least draw the game. But being 2-0 up until the 87th and losing, Not good. So for Everton, their next game is against Villa. That's going to be a rough one. And in terms of Bournemouth, well, Bournemouth, man, their games are hard to predict. They will play against Chelsea. They're very, very hard to gauge, man, especially with the talent they have in their team these days. So just to keep it moving, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Definitely appreciate that. Let's go back to the games and keep it going. I did predict, I think I did predict a win for Everton. No, I think I predicted a draw, if I'm not mistaken, for this game. I can't remember. I don't have my book here with me, but check the prediction and you'll see. So the game that I didn't make a video about, because when I was watching this game, I was chilling with a friend and, you know, was distracted. So yeah, didn't really get to really digest the game well enough to actually make a match reaction. But I'm not even gonna do a match reaction now. I'm just gonna talk about the result, all in all. But I did watch the game and I did go back and watch the highlights about 3 times. Haaland in the 10th minute, Ruben Dias own goal in the 19th. I wasn't even phased because these days when teams score against us, I don't even stress myself, man. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna come back and score again. But Erling Haaland in the 30th, Erling Haaland in the 83rd to complete his 8th Premier League hat-trick. The man, listen, the man is rising up the Premier League hat-trick ranks faster than a getaway train. And he's played the least amount of games. You see Wayne Rooney, I think, up there with 500 games. Haaland putting all these guys to shame, man. I think there's a Premier League graphic somewhere on Twitter that I could actually share with you guys to just show you guys how good this guy is, man. I think y'all already know. You see what I mean? Oh, we got some Ballon d'Or nominees and things here. We're going to look at some of these. Woo! I like that. I like that, man. So, let me just take a look at Erling Haaland right here, man. Right here. I'm going to show you guys right here real quick, and then we're going to go right back. Just to give Haaland, just to put some respect on Haaland's name right there, man. Look at this, guys. Aguero with the most Premier League hat-tricks. He has 12, 275 matches. See, it's a little bit of games. Alan Shearer took 441 matches to score 11. Robbie Fowler, 9 in 379. Michael Owen, 8 in 326. Listen, Wayne Rooney is not even on the list anymore. He's not even on the top 7. You got Harry Kane, 8 in 320 games. Henry, 8 in 258 matches. And Erling Haaland putting all of these guys to shame. Erling Haaland should actually be 4th on the list because he's done it in way less time. 69 matches. 8 hat-tricks in 69 matches. Wow. 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 I don't know if Erling Haaland will play that many Premier League games because I don't know how long he's going to stay with Manchester City. But I think he should stay at Manchester City until he's maybe about 27, 28. Erling Haaland is about what? About 20, 22, 23 these days? I can't remember. But, yeah. How old is Erling Haaland these days? God damn, I can't even remember, man. Erling Haaland is about 20, 21, 22. Not 21, but about 23 or so. Yeah, I can't remember his age right now, man. So, pardon me. Sorry. But Erling Haaland, let me see. Erling Haaland right now, he's 24. He's 24. 24. He's 24. Give it up to Erling Haaland, man. Yeah, he actually just turned 24 in July. So, yeah. Put in the Premier League to shame, man. Seriously. So anyways, we're going to go back to a Premier League match. Let's go back. City 3, West Ham 1. And, you know, it's a great result. It's the result that I predicted. I got the exact prediction correct. And it just feels good, man. 3-3, you know. Sorry to, see the team concede that stupid own goal, but yeah, it happens, man. It happens. West Ham was no match for City. No match. It was pretty routine, man. After the second goal was scored, I think there was a period where Mohamed Kudus did look really good and hit the upright. But apart from that, was pretty much, one-way traffic. 23 shots, 8 on target for City, 10 shots for West Ham, 2 on target. They only had 32% of the ball. Listen. West Ham was never going to win on the day. I know they say never say never, but it wasn't going to happen. So just for some insights to beef up this little reaction segment, Erling Haaland became the first player to score a hat-trick in 2 of a team's first 3 games in a season since Paul Jewell for Brentford in 1994-95. Man City are unbeaten in all 17 of their Premier League games against West Ham under Pep Guardiola. 15 wins and 2 draws, the most a manager has faced a specific opponent without ever losing in the competition's history. Man City's Erling Haaland has now scored 7 goals in the first 3 Premier League games of the 2024-25 season, more than any player in a team's opening 3 games of a season. Monumental. God damn. And let me just say this. City are doing all this without Phil Foden, who did feature in one match, I think. But Rodri is yet to feature. Kyle Walker is yet to start. He did come off the bench in this game. Nathan Ake came off the bench. Ilkay Gundogan, who's back at the club for a second stint, came off the bench along with Matheus Nunes, who set up Haaland for that, I think, for that last goal. That was brilliant. God damn, the creativity, the defense, the attack in this team, unmatched. Savinho wasn't involved, but it's nice to see James McAtee and Nico O'Reilly amongst the squad. I think Issa Kabore was sent out on loan somewhere in Portugal. I can't remember where. I think it's Benfica. But the team's looking good, man. Vardiel is a regular starter every single game. Akanji, Diaz. But best believe Pep's going to start rotating, especially in the Champions League and the cup matches. But I think Grealish came in this game, started. Didn't look too bad. But I think De Bruyne did hit the upright, tested the goalkeeper. De Bruyne has been on fire, man. He's been on fire. Bernardo Silva, solid contributor as usual. Very, very influential. I think recently he became the Portuguese with the most Premier League assists as well, with 44. Give it up to my team, man. Give it up to Pep Guardiola. We're winning the title again this season. Let me just say that. And I will say that as much. Let me not forget to mention Crescencio Somerville. Ooh, he almost scored. I think that would have made it 2-2 if I'm not mistaken. Let me check the timeline again. When Somerville shot was saved. Let me see. No, that would have made it. That would have made it 3-2. Yeah, that would have made it 3-2. That was brilliant, man. That was a brilliant curler. Tipped away onto the post by Edison. Kudos to Edison. He don't get enough credit. Big save. Big save. So, guys, we're going to keep it moving, though. For West Ham United, their next match is against Fulham. And for Manchester City, next match is, of course, against Brentford. I haven't looked at the Champions League fixtures yet for City. But, Inter Milan. First game, September 18th. Champions League final of 2023. So, yeah, that's going to be a good one. City coming up against Arsenal soon, September 22nd. Watford in the 3rd round. Newcastle, Slovan Bratislava over in Slovakia. Oh, man, they're going to get their ass kicked. I'm looking forward to these Champions League games, man. These fixtures are easy. No disrespect to these teams, but these fixtures are easy, man. Oh, guys are probably saying, Dom, calm down. You sound real cocky here, man. Come on. Be humble. How could I be that humble when City has won 4 Premier League titles in a row? Come on, man. Come on. Anyways. In the meantime, between time, let's just go back to the matches and, continue reviewing this week's result. Well, the Premier League match week 3 results. Doing well so far. Only got 3 games left. I feel good. Chelsea won, Crystal Palace won. Give it up to Palace. I know Chelsea could have won this game and they were really good. Once again, 13 shots, 7 on target, 63% of the ball. But it's because of the resilience of this Crystal Palace team. After picking up 2 horrible results to start the season, they needed something. And against a very unlikely opponent in Chelsea, who they haven't picked up anything against, I think, for the last 6 seasons or so, 6 to 7 seasons, they picked up a well-deserved draw. So Nicholas Jackson in the 25th, good goal, good build-up. And Eberechi Eze in the 53rd. I think that was Cole Palmer with another assist, if I'm not mistaken. Madueke with a lot of hard work. Let's go right back. I need to get all my my facts right here. So, yep, Cole Palmer with the assist there. Indeed. But Eze, oh my God, yo. I'm surprised he's still at Crystal Palace. We've been watching Eze for a couple seasons. Then he had got injured. He came back and he did not decline at all. I think he probably even got better. But listen, Man City, sign this guy up, man. Sign up Eze. That'll be a nice touch to have a player like Eze in the midfield. He is solid. He's versatile. I'm going to go as far as to say right now, Man City could part ways with Jack Grealish, who has not really lived up to expectation, and sign well, not even Grealish. We don't even need to get rid of Grealish. Just sell Calvin Phillips. Do a swap, just do a straight swap. I know Crystal Palace might want some more money, but give Crystal Palace Calvin Phillips permanently. Add some 25 mil to that and bring over Eze. I would love to see Eze at City in the midfield. With Kevin De Bruyne, getting up there in age, soon probably leave the club. Creative player like Eze, oh man, that'll be a nice touch. So, guys, don't want to elaborate anymore, but you got to give it up to Crystal Palace here. Dean Henderson pulled off a big save after Nicholas Jackson got him behind. Chelsea should have won this game if they had taken their chances. But when I look at this Chelsea team, man, I see the talent, Nkunku, João Felix, Mudryk. A lot of these guys haven't even, come of age as yet. Remember Mudryk at Shakhtar? Remember Nkunku when he was at freaking Leipzig? Remember João Felix at Benfica? These guys haven't even, hit their strides as yet. You see what I'm saying? So this Chelsea team got a lot of work to be, they got a lot of work to do, and they got a lot of building to do. Pedro Neto started his first game. Cole Palmer continued to be really, really influential. Madueke as well is growing in confidence. So, but to be fair, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, they're a shadow of the player they were at their previous clubs. To be completely fair, man. Seriously. But Gusto deserves a shout, but I think he did pick up an injury in this game, so that's not a good look for Chelsea there. So for the Blues, their next game would be against Bournemouth. It'll be a tricky match. And for Crystal Palace, their next match will be against Leicester City, a game they would fancy their chances of winning. So we're going to keep it moving, man. We got 2 more games to talk about. One that I already made a whole video about, so I'm not going to really elaborate too much on that one. And that one is the Liverpool United match. But Newcastle 2, Spurs 1. I did predict Newcastle to beat Spurs because when you look at the last few results up in Tyneside, Spurs do not travel well to the north of England. Harvey Barnes, good, reaction goal there. First touch, 37th minute. Dan Burn with the own goal in the 56th. He didn't even need to touch that ball, but it was a good build-up by Spurs, saved by the goalkeeper. And the rebound was smashed in, and Dan Burn stuck out a leg. But Isaac put the game to bed in the 78th minute. Tap in, breakaway in behind, tap in for Isaac. I think that was Joel Linton, if I'm not mistaken, with the through ball. And look, man, Spurs gonna be Spurs. Let me just say that. I don't even need to add anything else, but Spurs gonna be Spurs, and Newcastle needed this win big time. I think there's been a lot of off the field issues for Newcastle. I haven't really been following, what's been going on, but on football, on basis of football, it's a great result for them, and they should focus more on the football, because outside influences always negatively affect a team when they're on the field, so you want to keep the politics out of, what's going on the field. Eddie Howe, I saw him doing an interview. Eddie Howe looks older than he was 2 seasons ago. And I mean, like, older. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? This man looks stressed. So, solid result. So, let's look at the lineup really quick here, right? What is up with Ange Postecoglou starting this kid, Odobert? Back-to-back matches, he started him. Kulusevski through the center. Well, that's at least on paper. I didn't watch the match. But Son, this is a new team. This is a brand new team, man. Only Son and Ben Davies, I think, left back from the old guys. I think Van der Ven was a big miss at the back there. But they got some solid players. But I still don't know why players go to Spurs, though. I really don't. A big setback for Dominic Solanke, who picked up an injury. So that's also going to contribute to them not playing at their best. But look, instead of playing Kulusevski through the middle or even Odobert, right? Brennan Johnson, play Timo Werner. That's why you have him there. Put him through the center. And it's crazy that Timo Werner is now a Spurs player. Like, he's there alone from Leipzig after he was so... It's crazy, man. You just think back, the whole Liverpool, Chelsea battle for Werner. Chelsea got him, basically flopped at Chelsea. And I was telling Chelsea fans that this guy is a flop. They keep arguing. Don't get me wrong, he scored some big goals. I'm not going to say he didn't, but he missed a lot of goals. We remember him more for the misses than the freaking goals that he scored. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. No, he's at Spurs. I think Brennan Johnson should be the man playing through the center instead of playing Kulusevski or even Son. Big win for Newcastle. Big win. So, guys, not going to linger too much on this one. Newcastle, for their next game, they play Wolves. Winnable game for them. And in terms of Spurs, we're in the Europa League, of course. I didn't even check their draw. I didn't even do a Europa League draw reaction. They will play Arsenal in the North London derby next. So I hope they win. I really hope they do. So Europa League, they have Karabakh. Okay, Ferencváros. So they'll be going to Azerbaijan some days. They'll be going to Hungary. Traveling to the Netherlands. Going to Turkey. God damn, it's a lot of traveling, man. A lot of traveling. So anyways, man, last game that we're going to touch on is United 0, Liverpool 3. And as I said in my review of the match, my match reaction, United are pathetic and Liverpool literally wiped their assholes with Manchester United. That's basically what they did. That's the best way I could put it. Guys, I'm going to show you something, right? Let me show you something. I don't know if you noticed this, but let me show you something. Let's go to the matches. Premier League matches last weekend. See, you see every game got each team scoring. Look at this. United were the only team not to score, not to celebrate a goal. Every team had a moment of joy where they celebrated something, with the exception of Manchester United. Pathetic club. And I'm not even saying that because I'm a City fan. They're just pathetic, man. They do the most. They do the most to get progressive and, overturn their horrible fortunes. They can't win a Premier League since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club, and they're spending a whole bunch of money. Players leave their previous clubs as world beaters and go to United and just turn to shit. And I don't know. It seems like the club is probably just rotten at their core. I even heard their stadium is like nasty. Got like rats and vermin. I'm not even saying this to be funny, but the amount of money that these guys spend on players and managers, it's just not, I don't know. You know what I think United need to do? They need to break down Old Trafford. Play somewhere else in the meantime. Dig up the whole field. Check for dead animals or something buried in the stadium or whatever. Build over a whole new stadium like what who just did that? Atletico Madrid like rebuilt the whole stadium, right? And I think who else rebuilt this stadium? Was it Real Madrid? Rebuilt their stadium or something? Yeah, Real Madrid was actually playing at their training facility. And while they rebuilt there, Man United need to do that because Old Trafford is no longer a fortress. Anybody's going there and winning. Anybody. And I mean anybody. And let me just show you guys an example. What I mean, anybody's going there and winning, right? Let's look at United's home matches. Recent home matches, right? Liverpool, bam, 3-0. Fulham, 1-0. They barely won that game, right? Barely won. Late win. Barely. Right? Forget about the preseason here. Forget about the preseason. Let's go back last season. Arsenal went there, won. Right? Burnley went there. A Burnley team that got relegated went there and picked up a point. Liverpool went there, picked up a draw. Let's go. We're looking. Fulham went there last season in February and won. We're looking, and you guys see, I didn't even need to do this. Spurs went there and picked up a draw. Didn't even need to do this. You guys know. You know this. Bayern Munich went there and won. Bournemouth went there and won 3-0. You see what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going because there's more. Newcastle went there and won in the AFL Cup. City went there last season and spanked 3-0. You see what I mean? And I know there's more. Galatasaray went there and won 3-2. Crystal Palace went there and won 1-0. Pathetic. Let me just put on a little British accent. Pathetic. Brighton 3-1. Pathetic. You see what I'm saying? The evidence is there. It's there. I don't need to elaborate. I don't need to elaborate anymore. But I have to give a lot of credit to Arne Slot. The man slotted in nicely, man. Give it up to Slot. Very well-spoken guy, very level-headed, and I think, he's going to have a solid season. I'm not going to go as far as to say he's going to win the title for Liverpool, but let me just say this. If there's any team that's going to give Manchester City some competition, it's going to be Liverpool. But it was a very clinical performance. 3 goals. Luis Diaz was on fire. The header especially, the breakaway for that first goal. Mo Salah, that Mo Salah goal was really good. Szoboszlai played really well. Liverpool just got to keep this guy fit and he'll do big things. Liverpool signed Federico Chiesa. And look, if Chiesa, if Slot is able to bring Chiesa back the way he was at Euro 2021, we could be in for something this season. Let me just say that. We could be in for something. But guys, go watch the review, man. The reaction that I did. I said I wanted 1,000 likes. It got about 700 and something likes so far. And it's heading towards 1,000. So it got 754 likes right now, which is awesome. 763. So it's going up. It's going up. When I drop a thumbnail on it, it's going to go up even further, like make it more attractive. But guys, I'm not going to go on anymore. I did talk about this match already. But in terms of the next matches for both teams, I will talk about them when I run through these fixtures for match day 4. Southampton play United. If United lose that game, oh man. Liverpool played Nottingham Forest at home. You got City coming up against Brentford. That's after the international break. All right, guys. Fulham play West Ham, London Derby. Crystal Palace play Leicester. Brighton play Ipswich Town. Aston Villa play Everton. Bournemouth play Chelsea. Tottenham play Arsenal. Big match. North London Derby, the biggest match of match week 4. And Wolves play Newcastle United. That's it for match week 3 review with your boy Dominic Rich. And once again, the reason I chose to do it this way, because if I did it live, man, I'll be here for 2 hours plus. So I just wanted to do it, get it over with, and, you know, be consistent. And as I always say, done is better than perfect. It was a good review. Took me 51 minutes, but non-stop, straight off the top, raw, uncut for your head tops. And I'm not going to ruin it anymore. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to ruin it by going into a rabbit hole right now, guys. I love you, but I'm going to leave you right here. The table, City at the top, perfect 9 points. Liverpool as well with 9 points. The top off the top 10, you got Brighton in 3rd unbeaten, Arsenal 4th unbeaten, Newcastle 5th unbeaten, solid start for Newcastle. Brentford and Villa with 6 points each, they did lose a game each. Bournemouth unbeaten this season along with Forest 8th and 9th, and Spurs with 4 points 10th. In the relegation zone, guys, Everton without a win, Southampton without a win, without a point, I should say. 4 teams with 1 point each, Wolves, Ipswich, Crystal Palace, and Leicester. And United closer to the relegation zone than they are to the top 4 with 3 points in 3 matches. West Ham the same. And that rounds off the Premier League table after match week 3. So if you're watching the international matches, enjoy international break. I have not yet looked at any fixtures. I've not yet checked out international football. I've been on an international hiatus for some time. And you guys know I was an international man, but I'm going to need some time to really catch up, you know, and do some World Cup predictions and all of that, man. Might be too late, but still. Never too late, right? So, guys, I'm your boy Dom. This is Dominic Rich FC. Thanks for watching yet another one. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts down below. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.